Welcome back to the next video. This video I'll be going over the red stripe and the grey stripe placement. I've determined that I won't need to make a template, which makes it quite easy. There's a lot of reference or markings on the wings and body to actually do it without using a template, which is extra work in my opinion. So on the main body, you got this arrow shape. So you either have a choice of going all the way straight with the red, all the way to the top, or to follow this this arrow shape around the edge, which I've done. I think it might look better. Some models are like this that people have made, but the series model has a straight line. But I prefer this look, so I'm going with this. You see on the front nose, there is a panel line that runs around the edge, so just follow that for the front nose section. This is grey and then this one is red. Okay, so underneath there's a square, and what I've done over here is I've taken photos as well for the build document. But basically measure out 2 centimeters or 20 millimeters metric from the joint towards the back, and then put a piece of tape down, and then from the center to the outside 1 centimeter, so it's a 2 centimeter width, and then the length is 5 centimeters. And this is my choice. You can change it, you can make it different. There is pictures on the reference that I'll be putting on my box account, but you can look at the series miniature where this is longer. So this is your choice completely. This is what I've done. Okay, moving on to the, let's do the wings. Okay, your top wing, pretty easy as well. But what I'll actually do is, before I get to the top wing, I'll do the sides, because you use them as a reference to do the top. Okay, so the side one, okay, this front section, okay, has a grey strip around each intake. Okay, and on the actual 3D model, when I built this, I made panel lines there, and when I obviously came to sanding down the master, it disappeared. And you can see it slightly on the inside on I think on one of them as a reference. But just to make things easier, from the front inwards 5 millimeter, and then this thickness is 1 centimeter or 10 millimeters. Okay, so it's 15 altogether. So I did a 15, put the strips around, and then I did 5. Okay, that's on all 3 of them. Okay, as for the main section, also very easy. Just follow the panel line at the back for the rear one, and then just on the inside of this little lug for the for this panel that comes off. Okay, and that makes exactly 12 millimeters, and I made all of them 12 millimeters. That looks right to me. Okay, so you don't need to have a template. So you just follow this tab and the panel line. And then what I did was from the bottom, okay, because I mean I can see each one has 5 red squares that goes around the engine. So what I did was I measured 5 millimeter from where the wing goes into the body or into the engine, and then from that 5 mil I measured 1 centimeter spaces. Okay, and then what I did is I put a piece of this masking tape onto a piece of plastic, and I cut 2 millimeter strips, and then I just stuck those 2 millimeter strips over each centimeter. Okay, so that basically gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have a white gap. As you see, the original model has a white gap or open gap on the top and the bottom, very, very slightly. Okay, and then the top one, exactly the same. What I did is I measured 1 centimeter from the top wing where it goes in, and that comes just over this first lug. Okay, so basically then I measured 1 centimeter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I stuck over 2 millimeter strip, which I cut with a blade and a ruler on each side. Okay, so what I'll do next on these, or on all of them, I'll show you the wings now, is I'm going to put hairspray just with a brush, let it dry, and then paint over it. So then I'll have the option to scrape it off for weathering. Okay, so once this this top one is done, and you put your wing in, just follow the line from where this ends straight up, and you don't actually even need to do that, because on this top wing, the top panel line is is where you basically stick the tape. I just flipped it over and did both sides, and then just behind this first little lug at the back, about 2 millimeters, comes straight down, and it comes to the edge of this little nurney that sticks out of here. Okay, then I measured 12 millimeters there and there, and I just stuck the other one on. Okay, obviously leaving this front end clear because that becomes red as well. Okay, main wings, again very, very easy. This is a top, you know it's a top because it's got the 2 big squares. Okay, so now the nice thing is on the bottom section, I follow the panel line on both sides. Okay, for the bottom one, and then the top one, it's the same angle as these 2 nurnies sticking out. So it basically crosses just this first little angle of the square. Okay, so it goes straight up, and it doesn't, you don't paint this section here with all these little nurnies sticking out. So once you're done this bottom one, then measure 12 millimeter, and then just stick this one on. Okay, simple enough. And I've actually measured over here as well, as a reference for you. The bottom one from where it goes up to the back end is 5 centimeters, and this one is 6 centimeters. Okay, which gives us actually like a centimeter, but it's slightly more. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly 12 millimeters. I mean, mine vary between 11 to 12 millimeters. Okay, so from there to the back end. Okay, so the only other one that's missing, which I'll have to do once I've done the grey stripes, is on the bottom of the side engines. On this section over here, there's another red stripe, but I'll do that once I've done the grey. Then this red stripe basically runs from the inside of this clamp, and I'm going to measure again my normal 12 millimeters at a slight angle. So I'll make that red as well. Okay, I think that's all of them. The bottom of the engine below your wing, that's a solid solid red square, or it's actually more of a rectangle. Okay, and this basically just follow the panel lines. So panel line, and then up. So this section that gets covered by your gear covers, or your landing gear covers, doesn't need to be painted. Okay, and I've written 12 millimeter here, but that's meaning the thickness. Okay, and that's it, I think, for the stripes. So when you see me again, I'll have the grey on. I would have done the red, and then I can start the withering and actually get somewhere with this model. Okay, so till the next one, cheers.